I'm Brenda. Welcome to my quilt room. It's finally starting to get warm outside, and maybe you've been invited to a barbecue or you're thinking about taking a picnic. Today, I would like to show you how you can make a really nice casserole carrier to take one of your favorite items to a picnic or a barbecue. Let me explain what you'll need to make this. You can do this scrappy, or you can use 4 fat quarters. Maybe you might have some themed fabric like I had here. I had these chickens left over from a quilt project, and so I thought that it would make a really nice carrier for a dish to take to a picnic or to a gathering. So what you'll need are either some scraps, fat quarters, or a piece of fabric that's at least 18 inches by 40 inches long. And if you're going to do scraps or fat quarters, you'll also need an accent piece to offset your fabric. And in this one, I've used the burgundy. And then on the back side for this one, I've used some navy blue. You'll also need batting, or you can use what I did, a product called Insul-Bright. And this is what it looks like. It comes in a package, and you can see it's kind of shiny on the inside. And it's made to insulate and keep things hot or cold. And this one package, this was 1 yard by 45 inches. And so since I needed a piece that was 18 by 40 inches long and it's a yard, I was able to make 2 carriers out of this one package of the Insul-Bright. You may want to use some spray based, that you can spray this on your lining piece and then put your Insul-Bright on top of that to hold it in place while you sew. If you choose to do scrappy and use Scrappy Strips, you'll want to start by placing a strip in the middle of your lining and your Insul-Bright, and then take your next piece and sew it on top. And in this way you will be quilting as you go. So you will stitch these 2 pieces on, fold this one back, put on your next piece and fold it back until you have covered your entire 18 by 40 inch piece of fabric. It will take a little bit of time if you choose to go that route. Or you can simply quilt 2 pieces of fabric with your batting or Insul-Bright in the middle. So once you have your 18 by 40 piece together, what you're going to do is you're going to cut from the end, you're going to cut 3 inches, and you're going to cut that the entire length of your piece of fabric. And this will become your handle for your casserole carrier. So I wanted you to see. So this is what it looks like when you take the 3 inches off of the end. You will need also a 3-inch piece of an accent fabric to sew together with the handle to turn inside out. The other piece you will just discard and throw away. Now at the top, you will cut across and down 9 inches. And then you will cut the 9-inch piece, you will cut into 2 sections like this. And what that will do is you can either take these 2 squares, you can make them into pot holders, or you can do what I did and put the 2 pieces together and make a hot pad. And this is what I made with the chicken one. I decided to do a decorative stitch around the binding edge of my little hot pad. And you can tuck that right inside your carrier. So you can set those aside. Now if you want, go ahead and stitch. What you will do is turn your handle over with your accent fabric. You're going to sew down a 1/4 inch on each side of the handle, and then you will turn the handle right side out, as you can see here. The next thing that you will need to do, which I've already done for you here, is you're going to need some 2.5 inch strips of binding. It doesn't take very much to do the casserole carrier. So stitch one piece across the bottom and turn it over and stitch it down as I've done here. Take 2 more pieces of binding. These were 10 inches long, and you're going to sew your binding down the side. Again, turn it over and stitch it down on both sides. Now you'll want to have, you can have a piece of cording or a small piece of ribbon for the next step. You're going to take your fabric and fold it in half, and fold your ribbon in half and tuck it inside where the crease is and fold that down. Now what this is going to do is make the top flap of your carrier. So you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch all the way across this end of the carrier. And then when you turn it right side out, it will become pointed, just like this when you turn it over. You want to, once you've turned it over, stitch across the top of your carrier. Now on this one, I left an opening here and here, and what that is that's a place for you to take your serving utensil, and you can just tuck those in to your carrier. You see? You could just tuck those in and hide them away. On this one, I chose to just do one opening in the middle of the flap. So now what you'll do, you've got your flap made. You're going to fold your lining. Might be easier if I take this one inside out and show you. You're going to fold it in half up to the edge of your flap. So as you can see, you're going to take it and you're going to fold it. Now, and you want to be sure that you leave enough room at the top to fold your flap over, and you're going to sew a button on to hold your flap down. So you're going to fold this end up, and you're going to stitch down both sides. You'll need to take your handle, find the middle of your half. So if this is where your dish is going to go, and my dish is approximately 12 3/4 inches long and about 8 inches wide. So you'll want to make sure that your dish is going to fit in the middle of your carrier. Place your handle in the middle and pin it, and then place the handle across at the other side. Fold the end up, and when you stitch, you want to be sure and stitch this area. Stitch over that twice, because that's going to hold the weight of the dish that you're bringing in the carrier. Now, once you've done that and you turn it inside out, your carrier is all finished. It literally only takes an hour or two. You can make, it may take longer if you decide to go scrappy to stitch all of your strips on. But if you have a themed fabric and you just want to use 2 pieces of fabric and then a binding, and then you're going to take a button and you're going to sew the button onto the top, and your little ribbon loop is what's going to hold your flap down. And then your carrier is finished and you're ready to go and take your dish to your barbecue or your party. You have a hot plate to take with you, and these are just really cute. They're quick, they're easy and fun. I made a bunch of these one year and gave them to family and friends as a Christmas gift. So as we're all getting ready to go outdoors and enjoy some fresh air, some picnic time or barbecue time, I hope that you'll give this a try. Thank you. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.